Oh, what's going on, guys? Today we've got a new kit to look at from the Nuke Matrix Fantasy Girls Cyber Forest line here in this very large box. As you can see, this is the Yefuna Malkina kit here, and as you can see, it's got a theme of being sort of like a war horse, essentially. It's the Shadow of War Cyber Forest Fantasy Girl full action plastic model kit. And as is typical for the Nuke Matrix kits, if you guys have built any or seen anything about them before, of course there's multiple different ways that you can actually build it, so you don't have to build it in this particular way as like this centaur. You can have just regular human legs, and there's also a kind of motorcycle that you can also build as like an alternate form of transportation for. So there's a ton of stuff in here, as you can probably tell just from the massive size of the box of this one. So there's going to be a lot to go over. Let's go ahead and get right into it for today's review. So just take a quick look around the box here first to start us off. As usual, we got that matte black finish for the background. The actual illustration is in a glossy finish, so it does look really nice on there. On the ends of the box, we've got kind of the same illustration there, just minus the gloss finish. You got the text there in the background. This side is going to show some of the features like the graphite electric ion condensed form there, the motorcycle that she's got a few different forms, kind of ways that you can build her here with the multifunctional robot arms. There's like with the kind of horse legs over here as the centaur form there, the graphite cavalry, and with that really big kind of lance weapon there. On the other side, a look at kind of the base unarmored form there, so you can see like the base kit that we're going to have inside and some details about that, your face option parts, and over there again like the motorcycle and how that's going to look. All right, let's see what kind of extra goodies await us here in this one, because as usual we kind of always have some extra stuff included. Looks like once again the hair parts are going to be in that softer type plastic, which I'm not a fan of, I will say. All right, let's first take a look here at the instruction manual, which is just going to feature the same illustration there from the front of the box. The back side, just the logo there. On the inside, a bunch of similar photos of the kit like what we saw on the outside of the box there. As you can see at the bottom, detailed display. Over here, images of the kit in different forms. Again, really great reference for different posing and everything. Detail images of the motorcycle right there. The next page, we're going to be getting into our parts list, which is quite extensive because we have a ton of parts, a ton of runners here with this, and then a lot of construction. So the instructions are going to go on for how many pages? Let's see, up to page 30 for the final assembly there. And then we've got some more reference images of the built, painted, and decaled kit here, as we do have a fair amount of decals for everything. So here's the decal guide for the entire kit. You can see there's just going to be a lot going all over this thing. So much so that we actually have two separate, actually three, make that three decal sets here with this. First is going to be this small one here, which is going to be for the actual character. So you have a bunch of eye decals, like some blushing decals for the cheeks, for the open mouth, I believe, some like cut and blood stain kind of decals. It's kind of interesting. And some tattoo decals. So some mouths on there as well, all those for the character. The rest of these is going to be going kind of on everything else. So this larger sheet is going to be all the decals in white. It's quite a lot on there, different markings and logos and stuff. This third sheet was packaged with this additional runner here, which is just a couple of parts. This is runner Z4, a couple of parts in like a clear black, as well as this extra decal sheet and an extra face part. So I'm wondering if this is like a first release exclusive. You get like these couple of extra things in there. The additional faceplate with this package looks like that. And the marking decals are here in this iridescent gold, which is pretty interesting looking. Very cool. Those are going to look really cool on the finished kit. Really nice. Our other pre-printed faces are in this bag here, and we'll see how those look on the kit in just a moment. A few other separate components here. We've got all of our hand parts there in black, all of our hair parts here in this light gray, kind of off-white color there. And again, this is in that softer kind of rubber plastic, which I'm not a fan of, but there's all of those hair parts. And our base plate here for the display base in this kind of frosty clear. Getting into the runners then, A1, A2, A3. A1 and A3 are going to be here in a bright red, whereas A2 is in a clear red. Runner B we have two of, and these are some parts for the body there in black. Looking ahead in the runners, it does look like we are going to have plenty of parts to make two full bodies here with this kit, which is awesome. Runners D1 and D2 here is some more parts in clear red, which looks really nice. There are some small bits and some larger parts there for like in the wheels, it looks like. Runners E1 and E2 are in plated gold and they look really, really nice for some gold accents. Then we've got runners F, G, and H, and these are going to be in a metallic injected kind of dark silver gunmetal kind of color here for some of the mechanical parts on the kit. There is runner G and runner H. Here we've got 2 of those. Runner I here in black, we've got 2 of this runner, including some parts there for the wheels, the tires it looks like. Runner J3 in plain clear is the parts for the arm for the display base. Runner K2 we actually have in 2 different colors, one in black, one in that metallic injected dark silver. And then runners L as well as L1 and L2 are going to be some of our skin tone parts here for the kit. Runners M and N are some more parts here in black. We've got 2 of the M runner. Runner O is some more small pieces here in that dark metallic silver. Runner P is back to some more pieces here in black. Runner Q is back to more mechanical parts there in that dark injected silver color. There, that dark gunmetal. We've got 2 of those Q runners. And we're just kind of bouncing back and forth here between the colors of being black and silver. Runner R here, some more parts in black. Runner S1, some more parts there in that dark silver. Runner S2, some more parts in black. Runner T we've got 2 of for some more parts in black. Quite a lot of those, obviously. Then we've got runners Y1, Y2, and Y3. These are some more parts there in skin tone. Runner Y2 we also have available here in black as well for, it looks like mostly parts there for the feet. And then we've got runner Z2 both in black and in skin tone. This is going to be parts for the arms and the legs. So again, like I said, you've got parts to make, it looks like 2 full bodies. And lastly, runner Z4, which we have a clear black version of this as you saw earlier, but this is the clear red version of that runner, and that's it for all of the parts. Alright guys, so after a lot of building, because there's so much stuff to build here with this kit, here's what it looks like all built up, and here's also what it looks like all built up, because we do have all the parts to make 2 full bodies in here, which is awesome. And then we still have a lot of other parts here for the whole horse slash motorcycle aspect of it, all the other different option parts here that we have for the body and the weapons and the stand and everything else here. There's a ton of kit in here to build, so it is going to take quite a while. It's definitely one of the largest Mecha Musume kits I think that I've ever built, certainly. So you're definitely getting a ton of stuff in there, and just like with previous kits in this series, you have a lot of really great detail in there. The color separation is really nice. The gold accents on it pop really, really nicely. Those look really cool, that nice plated gold. And then like I said, just the sheer amount of option parts that we have is pretty staggering here with this one. So it's basically like buying 2 kits in one, because no matter how you build it, you're gonna end up with like 2 full kits in here. So that's always nice, that's always awesome. So let's go ahead and check out all of the option parts here in full. So we'll start off with the Unarmored Body and the different option parts that we have for this. So first of all, we have just skin tone color parts here for the lower legs if you prefer, and those actually have the toes molded into there, whereas the black legs just have like kind of like legging or sock or whatever kind of over the foot. Moving up along the way here for the hip section, you've got an alternate part there for the front, one being a more kind of revealing version of that front hip section part right there. And then for the whole torso section, you have another version of that you can build here that is in black and silver. All those silver parts are also in black, so if you wanted to have this whole part here, this whole midsection all entirely in black, you can make it like that as well. We've also got skin tone versions here of the arms as well. And then just take a nice close-up look here at some of the face option parts. Here is one. The color and the printing on them is really quite nice, you can see for this one. So a lot of really nice colors and sharp details on here. Here's another one there like that. I like how they have a lot of angry faces, which do kind of fit the theme for this particular character. Here's the one that I've got there on the Armored Body at the moment. And she's got some accessories just kind of built into her body here on the back. We've got these articulated kind of sub arms here with the little claws that can open up. Those can extend out on a few different points of articulation there like that, which is pretty cool. Then up here on her head, this kind of like visor part can be removed, and you can see there's 2 places to attach that. So if you reattach it in like the lower position, just like that, then it kind of comes down to cover her eyes sort of like this and makes sort of like the look of like a knight's helmet kind of around her head there, which is kind of cool. And again, fits with the theme of the like riding on horseback with the lance weapon, which we'll see here in just a second. But I just want to take a look here just around the body so you guys can see. I can just show off like all the gold details, as I was mentioning, all look really, really nice on here. A lot of really cool detail. Even like some of the detail that you can see up inside the clear red parts. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but there is like some detail parts up inside there which are supposed to catch the light and add more detail inside the clear, which is nice. So yeah, the lance weapon is over 23 centimeters in total length here, and you can see we've got like a handle right there, and then obviously our main handle here. Again, the clear red parts and the gold accents do look really nice. This can also transform, sort of, as it were. You remove the clear part out of the front like so, and you have to kind of bend these parts in and around like this, and there we go. That's how it's going to look as it's opened up as a sort of like beam weapon or something, I guess. And then we still have these other secondary handles if you need to do some kind of two-handed grip on that, as it is a pretty big and not necessarily all that heavy, but it is probably going to be one that, just due to its size, is going to look more, I don't know, reasonable with a two-handed grip on it, I think. Anyway, very cool. And then I've got all the parts here for making this as either the centaur form or the motorbike, so there is going to be some transformation required. These would be like the back legs here for that, the wheel obviously, and basically what I want to do with this is I'll just show them to you, just show you guys the different forms and everything. This would be the main section of like the horse body and or the motorcycle. You have this part which will attach onto there again as like the kind of control panel of the motorcycle, sort of there. You have these parts which will attach onto the back there, which are AI jamming bombs. This opens up here like that. I guess it shoots these kind of like micro missiles. Anyway, something there for AI jamming. A few more other different parts here which are going to be used on there like that. We also have this part here which is used as either the front of the motorbike or it can be used as a shield. So you can see these are be like the handles for the motorbike, but those can fold in. There on the top, for example, we have this handle piece which you can use for using this as a handheld shield. You can also use the sub arms to hold this up as a shield as well when it's in its like centaur form. So that looks really cool. And then additional hair parts here for the horse tail on it. And so yeah, what I want to do now, we won't go into the articulation, as the articulation of this is going to all be pretty standard here for this type of kit. There's a lot of different ways to build and display this and show it off. So what I want to do is just show you guys a bunch of different poses in the different forms and everything. So let's take a look at those. So as we're taking a look at some of the different forms here and some of the different ways to pose this, again, keep in mind that I'm only going to be showing you a handful of different poses here. With the kit like this, there is a lot that you can do with it. So it's definitely one that gives you a ton of options, which I feel like I'm going to just keep coming back to that point because that's one of the, I think, best features of this kit, or most notable features of it. As you guys have seen in past reviews of different Nuke Matrix kits, if you guys have watched my past Nuke Matrix kit reviews, that overall the quality, the fit, the detail, everything is all really quite nice. The color separation's really nice. The kits look great. They have a really nice style to them. I think the faces on them do look good. That's one thing that can kind of be hit or miss when it comes to these different Mecha Musume kits. Some of them, the faces look nicer than others. I think the Nuke Matrix kits usually look pretty good. It's really important for the style of the character to look appealing, and I think that the faces on this kit and on the Nuke Matrix kits in general are usually always quite nice. So, and the printing quality, the colors, as I said, is also really good on those as well. Speaking on colors, for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of so much black in a model kit. It's just like pure black, but it does look nice, and I think it fits with the design. That's the other cool thing about these kits, is they're very thematic, and the theme, I think the colors and the design, everything of this is really well thought out, like to fit with the theme of it. As much as I'm not that much of a fan of so much black on the kit, the gold accents especially look really nice. That plated gold on there, and then like the dark gunmetal used for some of the mechanical aspects of it is also a really nice color in there as well. And because this kit comes with just so much stuff in the box, including the stand and decals and pretty much everything that you could possibly want, I really don't have too much in the way of complaints here with with this one, except for the fact that it's just such a long building process because there's so much in the box. Other than that, I guess the only really complaint that I have is maybe just with the hair. I still just am not a big fan of that softer rubber plastic kind of being used for the hair parts. That makes the fit of them not as good, so that's the only fitting issue that I'm running into with this kit, is that the hair parts don't want to stay together as nicely as everything else. It's kind of a little bit of a loose fit there because it's a softer rubber plastic. And I imagine the reason they mold those parts in that plastic is it's more durable. You're less likely to break some of like the fine detail parts of the hair. But I really hope that in the future, maybe at least they'll give us both options, give us, you know, just the regular like hard plastic option and the soft one, you know, for people who want to use that. If they're all about giving lots of options in the box, then that's definitely one option that I would like to see, for those to just be kind of your standard like hard plastic hair parts like you would see in the Kotobukiya kits, for example. So that's definitely my preference. Other than that, this kit leaves very little to be desired. You have basically everything that you could possibly want in here. So if you're a fan of the design, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's really awesome, and the fact that you basically have two kits in one box is awesome as well. So you have an extra body that you can either leave it as it is or use it for a different custom kit bash or something like that. So that's awesome. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. And of course, if you guys want to check this kit out, any of the other kits from the line, or plenty of other different types of Mecha Musume kits, you can check those out at USA Gundam Store. The link will be down in the video description below. Thank you guys all so much for your support, liking the video, commenting, subscribing. All really helps out quite a lot. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.